Okay, I'm gonna make a part two. I'm a little upset by in further conversation. with My wife here. That's why you don't bring your goddamn women out here. And when it's a fucking emergency call, you don't bring your husbands and wives or whatever. Your wives is what I mean. Your wives out here on calls. My wife was further explaining to me that this woman's uh, husband, that's a firefighter, he was nice. All the guys was nice. That's what was funny.
And he's a EMT at night.
And all this stuff. I never would have thought nothing was wrong because, the guys were all good. They said, hey, if you need anything, if you need us back tonight, call us. Okay. But that's what happens when you let your little old lady over here. Man, like I said, I am better for not meeting anybody's spouses. I just feel better that way. And for good reason. I had no ill feelings toward the Girl Scouts. I was just explaining how I thought she was being played. Right? I did not mention no bad words. As a matter of fact, I didn't even freaking cuss her. Not one time. Never said no derogatory remarks. Because I'm putting this on record because my wife was here. She saw it. And that's what pisses me off. That this damn fucking looking, she looks like somebody that ought to be on fucking TV, full of herself. And I told my wife, I told her a while ago, she didn't even have to tell me this. I think I hate it. I said she could have just sat out there in that fucking truck or wherever she was sitting in and sat out there and kept her mouth shut. Because I said, she thinks this is all about her, and she thinks that I'm rude. Well, she didn't even get close, as my wife can tell you. My wife knows I could have really gotten a whole of a hell lot worse. I was being Joe Cool compared to what I can be. So, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't even come close. I mean, I was just barely talking to her about like this. That little old bitty. It wasn't anything. I wasn't even as loud. And that's a rarity for me because I usually haven't been loud. And it's just a simple fact that you can see right through the problems from today's people. I didn't call up. It's not like I said, it's not like me and my wife called up that lady. I don't even know what her name was, but anyway, rude. We didn't threaten nobody. And it just struck me odd that just because I said I felt like they were playing her, which we have evidence to that degree, because they didn't follow through. And they weren't seen up there, as a matter of fact, this past time at the fair. And I know what I'm talking about there, woman. Talking about this Tiffany woman here. I know what I'm talking about. You need to keep you fucking self out of people's business. You know what was good for you? You'd have sat in that vehicle. You'd sat out there. I could have calmed my wife down. I rub her head. I do all that stuff. I hug her and all that stuff. I wouldn't have been, if they have to check you out, they have to check you out. That's not a guy checking my wife out and make sure she's all right. What's wrong with that? Everybody does that. Everybody does that. I can understand some people say, well, I've heard yeah, I know, but like I said, I tried to tell the dispatcher last night in the court. I tried to tell her that it wasn't on fire But I was needing um, the heater, shut off for the night. I didn't want it to, make my wife go to sleep, and put out it or take a chance on, something happening while she's asleep. I think she slept better knowing that thing was off. And I sat here for a good while. Not long, but I sat here for a little while trying to figure out, well, should I call them out here? Because I really didn't have much choice. I tried every other option. Tried Miss Profit. Tried, thinking about, and I told my wife, I said, that's probably going to be it because that thing was sparking. And I was in the bathroom and seen it. But no, it's not. I mean, my God, I just
She said she understands.
I don't know what to do anymore.
She texted me back. She said she understands.
She gets defensive over the littlest thing, and I can't. I don't understand. I didn't do anything. My wife saw it, and now here's another person that came up out here, no reason. My wife even admitted to it. She was not needed, was not necessary at all. And I'm not just saying that to get her to agree with me. She saw all this go down. She was not no goddamn firefighter. I could calm my wife down. My wife, I know exactly what she likes. I know exactly what to do. I've been married to her 10 years. She never had anybody do what I do, which is rub her head and all that stuff. Not to the degree I do, anyway. And, but I was trying to have a decent conversation with this person, and she fucking goes out there and gets her little feelings hurt over me giving my opinion. And it wasn't nowhere near like that crack whore. Nothing. Nowhere near it. I mean, I got so offensive on the drugs and that sort of stuff with that last one up here. But this was nowhere near it. Nothing. Not even close. I mean, like I said, you can take my hand right here, this little bitty, barely little bitty thing. I was on a good conversation. I had good intention. And I was just, going along with what we were talking about. Because it was, being brought up a little bit. So I was just telling her she'd been played before by them Girl Scouts. I've bought Girl Scout cookies many times. Not every time I've seen them out, but several times I've ate Girl Scout cookies instead. But my God, these damn women, they getting their butt hurt all the time. I don't know. I can't win for it. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to have me a mute button put on top of my head, I guess.
She's not coming now.
But what?
She's not coming now.
Well, she just missed something, and I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt nobody's feelings. I never said one ill thing about that goddamn woman that had what was it, that over the fucking Girl Scout cookies thing. I just said I felt like my wife was being played. My wife even acknowledged to me last night she threw the badge away that they sent out here in the mailbox. Cause she knows she got played. This damn Tiffany don't know that. She wasn't here. This was done over a year ago. And she's gonna sit here and talk about judging somebody. She judged me. She walked right out. Because my wife come in. I didn't know about it till my wife came in and told me. She said she's upset because, she's trying to accuse me of something I didn't do. That don't work. I mean, you want to make a first impression that bad? I mean, these people going to have to learn. Need to look in the mirror. Not just itchy reflection on the outside. But something on the inside needs to change with you women. I don't know whether you You know, I'm not including my wife in this, but I'm saying anybody that comes in here like that and gets upset to the point. I mean, she didn't go out there, I don't reckon, through a fit or nothing, but
Oh, she did.
But,
Her manager.
I'm not sure. I wasn't out there. It was too cold. I have had a cold. You know, I'm getting better, as you can probably tell. But I just don't know what to say. You know, I don't. I wish people would let me be nice. Well, I wished. As much as I'd like to have that happen, I don't know that in this time, in this day and time, I don't know that it can happen. Because it's certainly hard, really hard these days. I don't know what to tell people. I've got the voice I got the traits I got, I can't help it. If I come off in the slightest as a bad guy, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, she was all upset.
So I mean, it was being brought up. So like I said, I joined in a little bit, and so I was just comparison to what she, you know, the Boys and Girls Club thing is similar to the Girl Scouts. You know, they do a lot of similar things, and it's based on some similar things. It's different somewhat, but it's not like, you know, people. I mean, like I said, I could get somebody, I'd rather get somebody pissed off because I don't like religion like a lot of people do. I'd rather piss somebody off because I'm making them upset over Donald Trump fuck. Because they obviously like hearing him run his lip and all his garbage. But that's why several weeks ago I gave up. You know, when I put out here, I didn't want to chat with nobody anymore on this YouTube thing. I just come out here when I had something to say and put it on video because it does help my wife. You know, she likes listening to me talk and everything. So, you know, she joins in. She wants to. You know, she does at times. You know, and everything. And but I was just ahead of the game. That's what I always do. And that, like I said, I wasn't going to say anything, but when my wife told me, you know, that it struck a nerve with me because I didn't do anything. I mean, I was just being me, trying to be nice. If I'd have said some stuff, like I said, if I was threatening people or if I was saying, hey, you know, my wife said, well, yeah, he did cuss that lady, which I never did, you know, but I'm saying if it had come to that, I could have understood where this woman might be coming from a different point of view. But these people getting their butt hurt over some similar, you know, comparisons is crazy. I didn't say that the Boys and Girls Club is going to do that necessarily to my wife. I'm just saying she had something similar happen to her before, and she likes to help people and help, you know, and she's an animal pet lover. You know, I like calm pets. I'm not saying I like all animals, I know, but, you know, I don't mind hear the birds tweet. You know, I don't mind looking at them and seeing them outside. And I don't mind the calm dog every now and then and all that. Oh, you covered? Oh, what you got? Here, we'll put this up. What is it? Hello, Kitty. Oh, Hello Kitty. Oh, okay. Here's her Hello Kitty. There you go. That's something she colored. What's it?
boots.
Okay. Here's another.
Throwing boots.
Who?
Boots.
What the hell is that?
The monkey.
Why could they come up with something better than boots?
Because it's blue and boots are blue.
Oh boy. Oh Lord. Oh, it cracks me up.
I think it's cute. Oh, it's cute. It's cute.
Goodness gracious. Well, I sure do. Though deep inside, I feel sorry for these people. I really do. I don't know what to say. I wasn't raised up. Thank God. Number one, thank God, I was not raised in this era. All these people I've seen so far, they got their phones up their ass, and it shows. I mean, everybody believes in psychiatrists. Everybody believes in
I'm getting ready to go back to count.
Then they believe it's religious crap, or they believe politic junk, and they don't even go home to these people. That's why I said I don't like voting, because it doesn't matter. It's electoral college, as everybody knows. I don't see no reason standing out in the freaking cold for nothing. Unless it's a tie like Florida one year, it was 2000. Or their voting machine messed up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Voting machine tore up. And so they had to go recount all the votes in that particular area of Florida. And it took about 2 or 3 weeks or whatever that was. And old Clinton got a little more time in office while they were doing all that. It's kind of funny. I've never seen that before. Yeah, I mean, and it was old Al Gore was his opponent, George Bush and Al Gore. I still remember that like it was yesterday. That was the longest election there ever was. Probably ever will be. But I don't think anybody needs it. I just think in this situation, like I said when I brought it up, I think they just need to sit their ass outside in the car and be considerate of some things. I ain't saying he couldn't leave her in the car, but she made it apparent that you couldn't talk to her, and I didn't do anything. My wife was there. And no, I mean, I agreed with you. I didn't say that much, but I think my wife started it off. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, and she started it off, and then she gave her an opinion. So then I followed through. And she give my wife a response. So then I followed through, and I said, as I was just comparison wise, nothing against. I didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't say anything, anything bad. I didn't have no ill feelings toward them as far as anything, I just said I wasn't going to trust these people, down there at the fair that comes out of their way to go set up a booth and then, have people sign up for stuff like this, clubs and all that jazz, I don't even remember being a part of any club. But I know. And that's what I'm saying. That's why my wife wanted to try to do this thing today, but this damn woman come up here making my wife and I trying to make us look bad. My wife come in here and told me she's bitching about what I said. And I said, good God have mercy. I can't even say even the slightest thing to nobody anymore. like their butt getting hurt. I'm sure as hell glad that I didn't grow up this time and the last 20 years. I certainly would not have wanted to be a kid these days for several reasons. Politics has gotten a lot worse. The world itself, if you can believe this, which I can because I've seen enough of these people, I think everybody's just got too many feelings about just even the slightest thing. That's why I said I don't believe that nobody judges people. It happens to everybody in everyday life. Oh, I know now. I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to explain to these butthurt people like, oh, I'm sorry too. I didn't know it was coming. I don't know why she got her butt hurt over something that wasn't intended like that. It was just a conversation. You said you started it, like I said. So then I followed through, and I was just giving my opinion. My wife, I sit right here. My wife didn't say anything hurtful. She might have let one cuss word slip out, but she didn't say anything about threatening nobody. She didn't say anything about going up there and doing anything to nobody. She kept her cool, and she's just asking, how long this stuff took. And so so like I said, I went and, for comparison's sake, and while we were on that subject, I thought, well, I'll chime in, and try to, join in on conversation. They didn't think she had a problem. Hell, she was sitting less than a few centimeters away from me, right here in front of this little chair right here where Gracie, the little doll, normally sits. She sat right in there, made herself. I don't know how she would sit in there. I couldn't sit on that chair, but she made it do for her. But I knew I did something because, I could tell. But, well, that's why I said I'd much rather have nobody with nobody's husbands in the lights or the couples thing, because it don't work. It don't mesh good. But I appreciate the guys coming up here and checking everything out. Appreciated that. Unfortunately, maybe they'll learn they keep bringing their damn, ladies up here. Hopefully, I'm not trying to be mean, but it is pathetic that me and my wife tried to have one little decent thing to talk about for a couple of minutes, and maybe would have gotten a couple of other things talked about, but you can't have a decent conversation with them. And it's just probably a lesson that needs to be, you'd think these people would understand that. Like I said, I'm not saying you couldn't set somebody in the car if they absolutely couldn't help, but they were with them. They could stay in the warm car. You keep warm, you know what I mean? Turn you some heat on, listen to the radio. I used to like to do that all the time in the car. Hell, I'd do it without the radio on. Just sit in the car and enjoy watching cars go by. I'd find some way to entertain myself. Used to, I had Darren back there in the car, sitting there with me. Me and him just shoot the bull in there, 4, 5, 6 hours or whatever it was. It felt like, but no, I'm just dumbfounded. I'm in awe of this. I cannot believe. I guess the only thing I can think of, she probably feels bad now, but to a certain degree, because now she's just upset 2 more people. I didn't know her. I mean, my wife's seen her, I think, one time or sometime before, but I mean, just to go down there. My wife even said a while ago when we was talking, she said, I made it clear that I didn't want anything. Because even I told her, even when my wife said something about going down there and trying to, sign up down there. She said, I wasn't intending on bringing anybody home. Wasn't intending on talking to these people. Because I told her, I said, most of them's probably got kids anyway. Probably got a man, and they probably got things, unfortunately. But I'm with my wife. If we can find something that's, less hectic, somebody that can take a little bit, not just dish it out, but take a little bit in return, and it don't have to be harsh. As my wife saw, it wasn't harsh at all. Nothing I said, nothing my wife said was inappropriate. I sit right here. So, well, I don't want this person thinking she can just come up in here and run over somebody. Who was that? Well, see, that was even considered. Like I said, my wife texted her. She didn't call her. She didn't blow up, about it. But I just don't feel these people's feelings are that easy to hurt. And I thought I was bad. Oh, my God. I mean, it's laughable. It's funny because of hell. I thought I was bad. When I see some of them questions on that one thing that I go on sometimes, and of course I've answered about 1,300 questions. And it's funny. I mean, these people over a little bitty thing. And I don't, like I said, my wife and I can't remember who that woman was over at the Boy and Girl Club thing. But Lord, no bad words is ever mentioned. And no harm, no foul. There wasn't anything, like I said, that would have made anybody, that I knew. I mean, my mama wouldn't have took offense to it. I mean, she used to love it unless she's on the opposite end of it, of course. But my goodness, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I went from thinking, man, I just got through experiencing the worst thing I've ever experienced. And then this thing comes up in here, and it wasn't intended. Nothing was ever intended. But you could see the writing on the wall. And I could see some things that, and because my wife told me, and I know she didn't do it. I mean, even though if I wasn't out there, I know she said something behind my back, trying to upset her. I mean, like I said, I don't have to say a whole lot no more. I used to do this on a regular basis. This is what I was telling my wife. This was like an everyday thing at school. And, this I come home and have all kinds of stories to tell. and the problem is I remember about every one of them. All the ones that I've been through, for the most part, I remember most of them. And it's funny, I remember pretty much all of them. As if it happened yesterday. And it's weird. But because sometimes I'll forget something, especially if somebody else is trying to talk and I'm trying to do something, and got my mind. So sometimes I lose concentration easily, but, I try to, I can do like two things at once sometimes, like just depends on the situation, I would think. One time after my surgery, I was going over at Benchmark or whatever, and this lady was doing my exercises with me, And we did some on the mat. We did some, you know what I'm saying? Well, you didn't lose it. It just we were trying we were trying we were trying to we were trying to, you know, get her apartment, make sure it didn't catch on fire, and she walks her little ass up here and makes this all about her. And my wife even told me that she's like what I'm saying, she's like one of these attention whores. She has to have things the way. That's why I don't like somebody coming up in here and running me and my wife over. Trying to either or. You know, and I felt like she just one of them people that needed attention. You know, she probably felt the same way about me. Well, I was trying to have a decent conversation with you. My wife even saw it. And you went out there and your butt got hurt. I wasn't even yelling this loud at you. I was told you had a hearing problem. I didn't know that. So I was talking down a lot lower than this and didn't know anything. Like I said, until after facts came out. I didn't go down there and ask for you to give me a job, especially because I'm getting where I don't trust people that have my job on the line. I don't really trust it for good reason, you know. But yeah, just getting where nowadays everybody's feelings get hurt too much. I thought I was bad. I thought, man, you know, I'm one of the worst at giving my opinion, you know, on things and hurting other people's feelings. But when you can't even talk about it, even slightly, something similar to what was being discussed and have a little decent conversation, you just throwed it away, you know, not really said much. And we could have been talking about other things for that few minutes. Oh, shit, go out there. I'm seeing the pattern. And she'd go out there and upset my wife just a little bit. And unfortunately, like my wife said, she's sorry that we had to be put in that situation because we didn't ask for that. No, my wife was the one that said, hey, keep everything cool. We're going to, you know, she's going to just have to not do it because she didn't want, as she put it a while ago, or about that like this. I might paraphrase a little bit, but it's all right. She said, I don't want, you know, Derek feeling he's left out in the cold. Because she told me, she come back in here and told me that her butt was hurting because she didn't like what I said. And even a little bit of what my wife said. It's me and her together. Upset this woman in like 2 minutes or less. I said I didn't have a clock. But that's bad when you can't. Oh my God. I've seen it all out. I mean, it's laughable. What the fuck? I mean, my God. I mean, it's one thing watching a soap opera on TV or watching wrestling, you know, because it's scripted. And it's for entertainment purposes, you know. You don't take it seriously, you know. And a lot of times, like I said, though, the one thing between the wrestling and the outside world that they got in common is usually storylines turn into real relationships. You know? So, you know, you create a problem when you get, you know, unfortunately. Sometimes it can be good, you know. So far, I think CM Punk and AJ Lee doing all right. But they ran a storyline where they were, you know, doing this thing with Kane, Daniel Bryan, then CM Punk was sending a picture, Dolph Ziggler next week. I forget who all. I mean, there was like so many of them. And CM Punk just happened to mention on TV, he said he liked crazy chicks or something. And it's so, before you know it, not long after that, he made that statement on TV. He really meant it. And now Now she put out a book called Crazy is My Superpower.
Yeah.
So, it all tied together. You think about it. And it was funny, but it's like, but I can't, if I can't, me and my wife can't even have one thing to talk about. And it wasn't even anything harsh. And it's what amazes me. Like, I understand I'm a little hard to get along with, and I can be. Now, I'm old fashioned. I like things done a certain way in certain areas. I don't give in when it comes to drinking, smoking, and drugs. I don't give in on people. They think they need to go talk to a counselor. I believe most people, if they tried hard enough, they could do what me and my wife do. Do things like she does. She colors, plays with her dolls. She dresses in, watches TV with me, and all that stuff. She finds things to do. And and be honest with you, they tell you the same thing.
Well, she just calmed down fire or something.
Well, you already was going to. You told her that to begin with. She shouldn't have brought her.
Well, she thought that I was
She
going there because of her.
see.
Her.
Was I wrong? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
See, I was right the whole time. Listen, I ain't looked at the text. My wife usually I don't even bother looking at nothing. I don't even need to because I could sense it. I told my wife, I said, she was a little upset the first video a little bit. She thought maybe I was just jumping ahead too quick. But see, I do that all the time. And she just saw I'm not hardly ever wrong. I don't know. I got this from somewhere. I don't know. I just made it my own thing. You can't just put any person in front of me and expect me to get along with it. There's always usually something, even small, like this. A little small, little itty bitty thing gets said. Unfortunately, she needs to stay home. Honest to God, if I had some advice for her, I'd tell her to stay home. This Tiffany woman or whoever, she needs to keep her butt home or sit in the car when these people going on these little, these trips to people's houses. She's that easy to upset.
How do you go? Emotion.
Well, I got emotions too, but if it's that easy to upset somebody, I'm glad I walked out or quit. I quit before I even started. Talk about my wife. So I didn't no harm, no foul, right? So she wasn't gonna work anything out anyway. Like I told my wife, I said I could sit home. I have fun doing my stuff here at the house. That's why I told her I was afraid that was gonna happen. That whole man thing, woman thing. Man, my wife's trying to find somebody that likes both. God dang. I know it could be done if somebody was really looking for that. But she wants girlfriends or something. I sensed it. I can't say it's enough. And like I said, I was told one time, I don't know how you do it, Derek. I said, just give me a couple clues. And when you give me those clues, as I said it before, your ass is going to be grass with me. Not going to take me very long. And you might as well have antennas on my head or whatever. My reception's pretty good at figuring these people out, and I knew. Because, for one thing, she was married. But I guess the guy had seen her out there doing something.
We brought her to come in.
Acting a fool out there. No, I'm talking about afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I think she said that the guy wouldn't have minded if I'd said this or did that. And I said, well, I just don't feel comfortable. And I've just been through some experiences and I've made my own decisions in some regards to those experiences. And I just don't feel good about man and woman couples. That's why I said me and my wife was hoping for this unicorn thing to kick in. Somebody would like both. And like I said, though, you never know. You never know. But I damn sure can't. No, I can't be around that couples thing because it just one always gets left out. One or the other always gets left out in the cold. And supposedly now, I wouldn't doubt this for a minute. Well, I thought you was coming here because of me and my kids or something. I heard this in here, and she's going on saying, oh, you'll get to do this for my kids and this and that. And see, she's trying to make it all about her, which makes that guy look bad. I think the guy felt bad because I didn't even know.
He stayed outside on the porch.
I didn't even know that he was that.
He said, I was scared that your husband would be mad.
I didn't know. No. That's their job. That's their job to do that.
And he was scared.
But that's their job. What I'm mad about is this damn fucking woman shit coming up in here.
He sent her in here because that's why he felt like.
Oh, come on. Give me a
break. He's a EMT at night, and he thought if he touched me or got me,
come on.
That
my
he'd
goodness.
be upset at
People.
me. That's why he sat on the couch. That's why he sent her in here.
Oh, my goodness. Man,
I felt bad when he was sitting on the couch up there. And I said, well, you just on the couch. He's like, I was supposed to check you up. I was figuring man would be upset if I touched you and all that.
Oh, man.
Take you in the ambulance just to check you out. I said, he wouldn't have been mad.
No, I'm more upset. I'm more upset that this damn woman's came up in here.
That's his mom, though.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. He was the EMT. He has the right to do that as long as he ain't, doing anything against the law. He knows best. He should know what to do, and I don't have to put it out here. I mean,
He said he was just being careful.
And then she comes up in here. Now she's going to run her damn lips over stuff. Me and my wife tried to have a decent conversation. Now there's another person on my shit list again. God damn. Another one on my shit list. I tell you, my shit list is going to get to the point where
I'm not going to get around anybody.
My shit list is going to be as tall as Jack and the Beanstalk.
I'll call me something else. I'll call Brookwood today or something. I'll call them.
God damn, that sucks. You can't even.
Now I can't really help pay some rent or anything. That's why I just explained to her, I'm not there for you. I'm there for the money so I can get my bills paid. She said, well, you can't come in here with your husband being all upset.
Huh. It wasn't my fault. Like I said, I was trying to have a decent conversation with that stupid bitch.
All right. No, not just brings everything and everybody's like on the fire.
And she down now she come up in here.
Picture for nothing.
No,
she's picture for nothing now.
Well, she did it herself. I saw it. My wife saw it. She come up in here. I was trying to respect because I figured she was married. Oh, dang, she's pretty. Yeah, pretty, all right. That didn't have anything to do with it. I'm more worried about the inside because I get these bad feelings, these gut feelings, and I can't help it. But my wife and I were right.
I was called Brookwood today.
She wanted to make us all about her, and she wasn't. Like I said, she wasn't even a part of the whole operation. Them guys was doing their job. She could sit out there. You know me. Derek's cool. He would sit outside in a warm car with the heat on or something. Yeah, it wouldn't take them they wouldn't even hear 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. About that.
Yeah.
They come through here and it's nice. It's nice to be my wife.
Yeah.
And they said, well, if you need to see any more than that, call us back. And I was like, I kind of laughed. I said, I hope I ain't having to call him out here no more.
I just lost this song.
No, I mean, we intended on you not going in after she pulled this stunt anyway. She didn't have to do nothing. She did whatever she did, make me mad. And you didn't want her to play one side and the other, you know. That's what she was trying to do. So, no, she's lost out on a volunteer now. She's trying to come up in here, make this all about her and what she wanted to do. My wife tells me everything, people. We have that about us, you know. And we try to be, you know, we try to tell each other this stuff and sit here so we can figure it out, talk it out. Is this something, you know, that is good? Is it? How is it, you know? And no, it ain't. It ain't no big deal. It would have been ruined anyway. Like I said, these people don't know how. The people don't know how to be. And, you know, it's sad, but I know, baby. She pulled a stunt up here. I know, baby. Like I said, she ought to be sorry she come up in here. I at least hope that she had enough decency to understand she just pulled a stunt for nothing. Now, I can't say she's man enough to admit that, but she can't get mad at me for doing anything. I need to do that. My wife did do that. But like I told my wife, there wasn't nothing going to be in that anyway. And it was a waste. She come up in here trying to make this all about her and trying to run me and my wife over, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and over somebody getting their butt hurt over something so small and that, you know, that's why I was trying to tell my wife before she even let her know that she didn't want her to come up here anymore. That it's just ridiculous. Unfortunately, we have that problem that exists a lot today. These people, you know, I sat there many times. Me and my wife have wondered, what have we done wrong? You know, we get offered these little offers so small that there ain't nothing to it. My wife and I are looking for something special. We ain't looking for a man and woman couples. We're not interested in the smallest stuff. Y'all want to go out there and do that, whoever y'all are, go out there and do that. Leave us alone. We know when it will feel right. We've got the stuff over here. We've got a good ring to give you. We got some other little goodies to go with it. So we'll know who you are eventually. You'll be out here somewhere. You'll find us or we'll find you, however that happens. But I just cannot stand these butthurt people coming up in here. You know, I completely understand though where the guy's coming from in a way, but yeah, she just ruined my wife's opportunity because she went out there and told my wife that her butt was hurting over what me and my wife was sitting here in a decent way, just having a little old small conversation, nothing major. And she gets defensive, goes out there and tells my wife that she don't like me or whatever. I ain't do a thing. My wife didn't even do anything. So, so now this guy just brought his old lady up here for nothing. That's why I hope to God now they keep them damn spouses at home. They'll be sitting at home. And they might not be able to, well, they can sit out there in the car, right? They can sit out there in the car. I'm not mad. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at those guys. They came in here, did their job. They got that. They did good. Great, whatever words you want to use. Awesome, whatever. But, you know, we thank them and all that, but this is why you don't. This is why you don't bring your damn spouses up here, people. I'm telling you. I'm sorry, but my wife I can calm her down, and she takes a few minutes. But all I have to do is rub her head or massage her somehow, you know, and she'll be all right. Like I said, we wasn't even in danger to that point of having to get rushed out of here. It was just I was trying to prevent that. And I knew the only way to prevent it was to call 911. And I waited an hour or so before calling them. So I wanted to make sure. I thought, is this the only option we have, you know? Because I didn't really want to do it. And I was, you know, pleasantly surprised that, you know, next door neighbor came up over here. He wasn't going to come over here. He'd seen all these fire trucks and shit. But I told him I wasn't asking for that, but I said they bring it out here, I reckon, because it's just protocol. I mean, because they don't know. I mean, in 2 or 3 minutes, things could change. You know, that thing could have caught fire. You know, we'd have had to go outside, run to the door, try to get out. But, and you know, thank goodness for, you know, it didn't do that. But I'm sorry too. You know, but
I'm gonna be so excited.
That woman should have stayed her little ass in the car. The only reason for her to get out, my wife and I both went over it. She had no right being up here. Regardless if she's married or not, it didn't matter. She didn't work for the fire department. She didn't need to be here. I don't care where she worked at. None of nobody's business. But as I say, you know, sometimes I may be a lesson I have to learn the hard way. But
I'm so sorry.
what, baby?
I'm so sorry.
Well, you didn't have no choice. She put you in a bad spot, baby.
I was supposed to be pronounced once.
Baby, we didn't know she's going to come up here and act like that. Sweetheart.
No, fuck, I'm up to nothing there with the play.
What?
Ready to do. I was doing that because I need to get my stuff done.
Well, like I said, come November, we'll get things straightened out. If we have to, you know, we'll keep till we get hold of somebody. You know, it's just a shame. Like I said, I feel bad when my wife can't have these decent conversations and have this, you know, thing. Well, like I said, there wasn't nothing in it. I mean, she's already had what she had. This person did, and it was no intent on my behalf. There's no intent on my wife's behalf on anything. Although the guy, like I said, one of the guys that was her man or whatever went out and told my wife, well, he could have did this and he could have did that and whatnot. Like, trying to be Joe Cool, but the minute I would have tried to done that, or she would have done that, because obviously she felt hesitant somewhat, but she sat right here. This chair hasn't moved. She sat right here within a few, not even probably 2 inches from me, and or whatever. But I just, I don't know what. I don't know what everybody's deal is these days. I can't figure out what's got them so mentally, going the opposite direction. I used to be able to go out and get at least some compliments when I was a kid, but dang, not that I was asking for compliments, but it'd been nice if I could have a decent conversation with somebody for once. Had something nice happen for once. But yeah, that's not a good deal to have your spouses near the near the scene. It might have been warranted if he had a life crisis up here. But in this situation, the house wasn't on fire. There's no need to have 50 people up in the yard.
He said he would be careful. He didn't want to make you mad at him.
Well,
He said, I'll be careful.
unfortunately, his way of doing things has cost it now. Cost him big time. Because now he knows he can't take his lady out here.
No.
He can't take his woman out here with him and trust her at these people's houses now. Because her butt gets hurt every time feller turns around, it looks like. Lord, like I said, the conversation was so small. So little itty bitty. Wasn't anything, that I know most people's butt would get hurt on. It's a shame. And I really just cannot. In words just don't do it justice. I don't know whether she feels bad about it or not. I know my wife does.
She said she's crying.
But she came up in here and ruined my wife's potential job because she couldn't keep herself in the car. And I didn't do anything wrong. My wife didn't do anything wrong. And she goes out there and tells my wife her butt hurts.
She said her butt hurts.
Well, I'm just saying that's exactly, but her butt gets hurt over a little bitty conversation, so small. My God, I thought the last one was bad. I seen this. I mean, at least there was drugs. There was something hard, heavy, that I never dealt with before. And that, because people are stubborn, when you get, I thought I was bad, but seeing this, I almost forgot about my hot chocolate. Yeah. I know it is. Oh, man, my goodness. She's out here and ruined it. My goodness. She'll learn the next time.
They was doing this for us.
No, I'm easy. The other person. She'll learn the next time.
She said she's in her car.
Oh, Tiffany, she'll learn. Keep your butt in the car.
She said she's crying. And she's crying her eyes out. It's her fault.
Sitting here mistreating me and my wife over something so small with it. Like I said, if I'd have brought up something hard, something that I obviously would know better, because the last thing I want to do is hurt somebody's feelings. even though I'm open and I'm very liable to hurt your feelings. My intent's not to hurt your feelings, although that does happen quite a bit. You know, it might have paid off. You know, and just thought of this because I've seen a lot of this stuff. Well, I mean, she obviously seen some of it. Maybe if I could have got my wife's doll out or something, you never know. You know, maybe it could have distracted her that way. But I don't know. It's but well, I know. But I'm saying fair amount could have just got one of them out. Say here, look at this. Most time that does work actually. You know, just for this occasion, it would have worked pretty good, I would think. You know, because it wasn't like he was going to be here that long. It was here about 5 minutes. You know, maybe 10 at most. But I hate this. I do. I have never in my life encountered something so small that it ends like that. Like I said, there's no intention with never my wife wanting anything out of it. Oh me. Well. Well, these butt-hurt people can't keep their mouth shut and listen up. I mean, that's the first thing I noticed. And unfortunately, I mean, you know, I can't really say a whole lot, but I just want to respond. So they may say, "Oh, he's harsher than the other video." Yeah, I'm pretty pissed off. My wife's pretty pissed off, and my wife had no choice but to tell her she couldn't come up here because she's so upset. She didn't want her to see her like that and all this other stuff. Me being upset because I could see where it was headed. Oh my. Well, like I said, there's a lesson for everybody. So anyway, well, you know, I'll probably end the video. But just in case anybody sees that first video or whatever, we explained it. So anyway, hopefully we'll find something worthy soon, something we actually can get along with. Hopefully, like I say, we'll know it when we see it. So anyway, we'll get off here.